Yes, the status is standards are being developed. They are very close to publication. We already have a few that have come out from ISOTC307. There's a lot of cross collaboration from different standards bodies. So, across the EU, across international bodies, IEEE, etc., ITUT. So there's a lot of work that's being done and harmonization on that. And there's real tangible, standards that people can start using today. And that's great to see, because, we don't want to build things that don't work together, and we don't want to build things that are not standardized. And as institutions, most people rely on standards. So it's a great way for the mainstream adoption of DLT, because it's standardized, it'll be more trusted, and there'll be more adoption of it.
Good morning, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Thank y'all so much for tapping back in to see what I have to say. And with that being said, what are we talking about? We're talking about Quant Network in this one, and some Hedera. Y'all, I know the last 2 days in this market has been insane. We've had some crazy flash crashes. Quant got down to the low 70s, like insane. I think H-bar probably hit like 14 cents or some crap like that. Whatever it was. Bitcoin went under $100,000. Y'all, all of this is because we are tied to something that is not tangible. It is something that is just whatever the market gives it. That is the price that it sits at that time, whether that's a high 120, 120, almost 130, or whether that's a low of 10,000. It's what the market is willing to give it at that time. If people don't have faith in it, pull their money out, it drops. People have faith in it, they put money in, it goes up. What the market is willing to give it at that time. The difference into what's being built out right now around the world with things like ISOTC307, that is called utility. We are on the precipice of, it's not what the market is willing to give it. It is governments and enterprises are running their literally trillion-dollar industries through it. And it's the usage of the network that drives the price of the token. Truly understand and see there's a huge difference. And yes, we're going to keep on going through these things. We're waiting on regulation, and then we're waiting on the utilization of the technology after the regulation. This takes time, you guys. That's why, think about it. The UK tokenized deposits that Quant was just named in, that goes until when? Middle of next year. That's a good 6-7 months after certain regulations will probably be laid. That is literally getting a poise with regulation is now here. You've now had a few months of being in different sandboxes. If you haven't already been in sandboxes, and now you see how this works, those sandboxes, like we talked about before, will start dissolving slowly. They won't all dissolve all at once. Think about it. With Quant Network, LACchain is 12 countries in Central and South America literally building out the infrastructure of what that region of the world will be. And the islands are also attached to that. Quant Network has already been publicly named as providing infrastructure for that entire process. That's several different countries and multiple different economies that they are already tied to the digital infrastructure of. Think about that. And then kick it over to the EU, and they're tied directly into SEPA, which stands for Single Euro Payments Area, that literally unifies and puts up under one umbrella the entire European Union, all 27 countries, and Quant is now being tied directly to it. And then you have the UK and the UK's economy that Quant is definitely being tied directly to, sitting as a member of UK Finance. and tied directly into the banking structure and government. You guys, don't be fooled about America. Understand it as a global standard. Understand that America has been right there and is right there the entire time that ISOTC307 has been in existence. And understand that of all of these countries that will adhere to the standard, all of them, including the US, meaning Quant is tied to the US, you guys. Do not let hype on Twitter about certain companies and whatever the case may be. And news is great, but look at what's actually being reported. Look at the name that keeps popping up. And honestly, every door that Quant has opened, Hedera has walked right behind. Think about that, y'all. Quant is like, hey, here is our software as a service. It's interoperable. It allows you to connect to any blockchain in the world, tap into everything that they have to offer. And then after that door is open and they're now receptive to it because now they're building and codifying regulation around this space. And what DLT comes walking through the door next? Hedera Hashgraph. Think about it. Every single place from literally the Bank of England, now who's a part of their trial for public DLTs, Hedera Hashgraph. Quant was in Australia first, who is now doing the Australian Central Bank, CBDC, Hedera Hashgraph. Like truly see the European Union. I believe there's now been talks possibly because Hedera sits on, I want to say it's the digital euro project, actually, them and Ripple. Y'all, every door that Quant walks through and opens up, Hedera walks directly in, right behind them. Because these two powerhouses are literally insane when you think of everything that both of them do in the lane in which they do it in, like Quant, with interoperability, the complete and utter interoperability of not just money, but any network to connect to any network in the world. And when it comes to blockchains specifically, literally have created a interoperable blockchain platform. But on top of that, you now have a 2.0 that literally takes 2.5, that takes all of the layer 2 blockchains in the world and bring them into one harmonious time zone together. Literally creating, like I've said before, super chains, super blockchains. Like, it's insane. Like, people are not really seeing what's truly happening right now. And then you have Hedera, after giving the company the capability to do this. If they choose, maybe I don't want to use one of Quant products, but I'm going to use Overledger because it is the standard. Understand what that means. So then Hedera comes up and was like, yeah, we can do 100,000 TPS per second without even sweating. You know, we have no front running, and we have a safe, secure platform that's almost basically quantum proof. We have all of these things been built out on top of us. We have literally over 71 billion transactions on our network, more than any other DLT or blockchain in the world. And now it's looking like they have the amount of core developers behind Ethereum. That's now was being reported. I believe that was the H-Bar Foundation. I just saw that on their Twitter. Understand what's happening with Hedera Hashgraph. Understand what's happening with even Hyro. There, when Hedera basically outsourced their technology, open sourced it to anybody. Understand what that means when it's so tangible and really available. And then it's not only that, but it's extremely efficient in every lane that it has, from tokenization to transactions per second to the security that you need, because you now have governments tied to it. Like, people forget about these things when, like, the UK government had something going on with Hedera. Like, people be forgetting about these announcements because these announcements are a year or two old. Like, I just don't understand, like, y'all, what these players are pulling off in real time is incredible. And do not let a red day or a flash crash because we are tied to nothing tangible at the moment shake you out of the most incredible opportunity that anyone in retail has ever had. Because if you could just see through the hype and the smoke and understand the infrastructure that is being laid, it takes time to lay infrastructure, and it takes an even longer time to get that infrastructure up and running. But once it is, y'all, we talking about, y'all don't even truly understand, you guys, like, trillions of dollars is going to flow through the Web3 space. Trillions daily. Trillions daily. That's why I say things like Hedera hash graph can most definitely have a $1 trillion market cap within the next 10 years, because this space will be worth hundreds of trillions of dollars. The DTCC alone is bringing $100 trillion of their assets, their personal assets, on chain. They've already said it multiple times. That's $100 trillion by one entity by itself, bringing the value of Web3 up to $100 trillion because it is now tokenized via Web3. Understand what is getting ready to happen. The global economy is being tokenized as we speak, and it will all sit on Web3 rails, you guys. I'm not just saying this. Am I saying it's going to happen tomorrow? Absolutely not. We're in 2025. But by 2027, 2028, 2029, I got a digital euro coming out of, we have an update about that. Them and Quant. Understand what's happening right now. So much happening, y'all. There's so much interconnectedness happening to ensure that this succeeds. Like, prime example, got another video coming out, Quant and Hedera again. So one of the major things that Hedera sits on is the GBBC, the Global Blockchain Business Council. Well, the Global Blockchain Business Council, literally, you guys, just announced that they are now liaisons to ISOTC307, which means that ties all of those businesses, got a video coming out about it, all of those Web3 players, all of them, directly into ISOTC307 Quant Networks standard for building on blockchain and distributed ledger technologies. Understand what is truly, truly, truly happening right now. Got another video coming out about Hedera and Quant as well. It's so much going on with Project Agora. So much going on, you guys. Do not let a red day, do not let foolish, woes or whims of this market truly fool you out of the most incredible opportunity that anyone, I keep saying it because at no point in time has the regular retail investor anywhere in the world ever been privy to this type of information before the information hit mainstream. No time in history. This is the reason why the people that have made so much money during different like during the first industrial revolution and the second industrial revolution and the third industrial revolution, because that's what's happening right now. The fourth industrial revolution is happening. But understand, those people during those times that cemented themselves in the infrastructure that was being laid, whether that was the railroads, whether that was the shipping industry, whether that was just commerce and business, whether that was agriculture, whether that was when the internet came out, bringing players like a Google or an Amazon or an Uber, these type of things, because all of those were different levels of infrastructure being laid. Things like a Microsoft. Understand, IBM, understand what's happening right now. And we're getting ready to go into the realm of the fourth industrial revolution being a reality. And we have key players laying infrastructure. And you have the largest entities in the world keeping their names on their lips. And they keep sharing stages like Quant Network and BlackRock and the London Stock Exchange. Like, understand true. And they're talking about the tokenization of literally the markets of the UK. Understand what's happening. They're telling us right to our faces. Again, Quant Network makes humongous, astronomical announcements, but they are very quietly heard because only key few people even know Quant Network exists, period. understand and truly see what this infrastructure that is being laid by a global standard for almost a decade. As of next year, if you literally go to Google, type in ISOTC307. It's going to pop up and it's going to be a red icon. I want you to go to the actual ISO site. A red icon, and it's going to say the ISO. Click on that, y'all. Go to the actual, factual, literally, you guys, standard and see that it started in 2016. This has been being worked on in the background for almost a decade, meeting at least annually and sometimes semi-annually. All of the participants understand that this has been a coordinated effort from the largest governments, central banks, multinational corporations, and universities in the world that is being currently starting to be published, literally one working group after another. They have I believe it's 7 or 8 working groups. I know Gilbert Verdin is over, I want to say working group 7, which is interoperability. Understand what is truly being laid out. Understand that a red day and Bitcoin price swinging dramatically will definitely tank the market, but understand what tomorrow will bring when we are operating in the realm of utility in just a few short months to years. Like, understand between now and 2028 is going to be a massive shift. The infrastructure that's being laid it's going to start, understand, like, it's prime example when I just brought you the video about Hedera and the gas stations, right? Understand when that gentleman from Drop, what he said, it's not just, see, where they're getting ready to target first is the back end. Not necessarily when I'm coming into the store and I want to buy a bag of chips and get a gallon of gas, I go to the register and pay. That's coming, yes. But what they're targeting first is the merchant. Like when the way that the merchant literally sends out its money to pay for maybe if that's gas or if that's shipment of goods or whatever the case may be, as opposed to using Visa or as opposed to using any other rail, use Drop for the next, I believe he said 3 months or 6 months with no transaction fees, meaning that 5% transaction fee that you're paying Visa right now, you can utilize my service that is now live within the network and technology that you already use. You literally have to just go and literally, as opposed to hit Visa, hit Drop. It's already there because it's already been built into the technology. That's why they were talking about the coupling of that technology. Understand, of course, I'm going to take that 0%. And I got 6 months of no transaction fees, meaning I'm sending these thousands or millions of dollars per transaction because I'm a gas station and I have to buy and fuel and different goods for my customers. Understand truly what that's going to mean for the onboarding, and that's the back end infrastructure that the customer don't even see. Now move forward another 6, 7, 8 months, and now it's integrated into where the customers can start utilizing the app that's on their phone, the Drop app, and pay because there's a sign up. Hey, scan this QR code, literally download Drop app, save 5%, save 10%. Understand what's getting ready to happen, you guys. And we sit at the precipice. We're literally 12 to 24-ish months away from major utilization of the technology because like they said, this is going to eclipse the adoption of even the smartphone by leaps and bounds. Why? Because everybody already has a smartphone and everybody's already comfortable with downloading an application and setting it up. And that's how easy this transition into Web3 is going to be. It is literally download an application and set it up. Something that you already do in multiple different ways when you download a new application. Understand and truly see what is happening right now. And you have a key player like Quant Network and a key player like Hedera Hashgraph leading the charge in most cases. Truly see what's happening. I ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I want to thank y'all for tapping in. If you made it all the way through this entire video, I want y'all to type in the word ride, because my people, no matter if it's a red day, no matter if it's a green day, no matter if it's a blue day, if you ain't heard direct information or news from the entity that you are, hoping and dreaming on, if whether it's a Quant, whether it's Hedera, XRP, whoever, if you ain't heard news from them in some negative way in regards to their processes or had some type of bad press put out, y'all ride. Because this realm of literally Web3 that is being birthed, the fourth industrial revolution that is being birthed, that is being orchestrated by Quant Network and Overledger, is going to be incredible. Till the next time, y'all already know. I appreciate y'all. I promise you I do. Peace out.